Hey guys, and welcome to my live stream. In this live stream we're gonna be drawing an interior of bedroom in two-point perspective. So please prepare your piece of paper and a pencil or a multi-liner, a liner, regular pen, anything that you have right now. So we will be drawing an interior by using base perspective basics, in particular two-point perspective or an oblique view. Hi Kailine, hi Kitara, hi Kristi, hi Katik, hi everybody. And also I'll be sharing with you one amazing exercise to train your hands. So it's going to be like a warm-up before this tutorial. So this live stream will be approximately 15 to 20 minutes long. So if you're excited, join me in this live stream. Take a piece of paper or a sketchbook, a pencil, that's all you need, and draw with me now. So I will fix my camera and I'll rotate it. So I'll rotate my camera. Let me know if you can see everything. So for now, I think I'll hi Umterloy, hi Natalie. So for now, I turn off the comments because I want you to focus on the tutorial, and at the end of the live stream, I'll turn them on. And if you will have any questions, please, you're welcome to ask them. So first things first, please always check if you are drawing on the right side of the paper or not. So here I'm using my marker paper, and even though we will be, I'll be using today multi-liner, Copic multi-liner, and paper. This one is marker paper. I want you to know that marker paper has only one right side, because this side, you see, it's the wrong one, because marker smudges. On the right side, when you apply your marker, it immediately gets absorbed. Alright, so in terms of the materials, if you're interested, this one is Copic multi-liner. This is my favorite thickness. If you want to check my list in PDF of my favorite materials with all the links to Amazon, go to my website, schoolofsketching.com/resources, schoolofsketching.com/resources. So, and now we will begin. So our topic of today, our topic is bedroom interior in two-point perspective. And we'll begin with a warm-up exercise. So our warm-up, so this is like part one, is warm-up. To warm up, I want you to draw 3 squares. So I really hope that you are drawing with me now. And let me zoom this warm-up a little bit. So we'll draw 3 squares. And in the first square, we aim to draw nice vertical lines, and we want to have approximately the same distance between all the lines, because in interior sketching it's really important to master these straight lines, right? And after that we draw horizontal lines in the second one. So we practice the most basic sketching techniques for interior designer. And the final one goes for diagonal lines. But this is not all for warm-up. So the second part of this warm-up is to draw the same lines. So we imagine this square form, and we want to fill it in with these vertical lines. So we want to create this square form with vertical lines. The straighter these edges, the better, so you want to train yourself. The second one is again, we're drawing the same square, but we are using horizontal lines. And the final one is we are drawing a square with diagonals. So, the more you practice, the better you will become. So, let's see. The second time round, you can see that my squares look a little bit better. So, it's always great. Our literally 2 minutes warm up, and now we switch to the actual drawing. So remember, we have a bedroom interior in 2-point perspective. So first, I'd love you to make a picture frame. Picture frame is very important. So here we'll be using a scale. So what is scale? It is like a relative proportions, the way you see things in reality and the way they are shown on paper. So here, let's say we'll use a square 1 to 50, which equals 1 meter in reality equals 2 centimeters on paper. So the first thing I want you to do is to draw the horizon line. So this is the horizon line, or the eye level. I'll put a little eye on it, so we remember that this is our horizon line, and after that I'll show the corner of the room. So we'll have our bedroom in 2-point perspective, and our scale will be 1 to 50. 1 meter in reality equals 2 centimeters on paper. So let's say that the height of our wall will be 3 meters, which means if 1 meter in reality equals 2 centimeters on paper, that means that 3 meters will equal 6 centimeters on paper. So you can use a ruler or you can train your eye. So we can put 2 centimeters below the horizon line and let's say 2 centimeters above the horizon line. So here we have 3 meters, first, second and third, and our horizon line running through the second meter, so which means that we are standing and watching at this space at the level of 2 meters. Next thing, we want to place our vanishing points, and here I'll not go very deep into location of these vanishing points. I'll simply give you a very simple technique. So you take the diagonal of your picture frame and you put it approximately on your horizon line. So approximately the diagonal of your picture frame, it's approximately equals the space between 2 vanishing points. Let's call them A1 and A2. Of course, there are methods to mathematically, very technically find this exact space, but for now we'll be focusing on the main idea of perspective drawing. And after that, we want to draw 2 lines and connect A1 and 0, A1 and 3. This will give us the right wall. So A1 0 and A1 3. First, you can draw this line, like an imaginary line, in the air, so you can see it in your imagination how it will go, and then you can put it on paper. The same thing. Now we want to draw our left wall. So how to do it? We want to connect A1 and 0 and A2 and 0 and A2 and 3. So let's do it. You see, first I do this line in the air, and then I draw it just like that. Of course, you can use rulers if you find it's tricky to draw by hand, but I do recommend you to use simply your hand, to train your hand with these warm-up exercises. So this is our part 2, actual drawing. And since this is a bedroom interior, we want to place the bed here. How to do it? I recommend you to place a ruler through mark 0. So we place this nice horizontal line and we put our scale here. So since we are working with a scale 1 to 50, so we put 2 centimeters up. Remember, this is all like a module. And then we put it to the right, like 1, 2, 3. Let's say that it's enough. And we can mark them. 0, 1, 2, 3 meters to the right. And let's say 3 meters to the left. 1, 2, 3. And let's call them -1, -2, and -3. Next thing, we'll locate our bed. Let's say that our bed, if we look at this space from above, let's say that it's located 1 meter away from this wall. So this wall, it's this wall, right? So we are looking at the layout plan. So let me make it a little bit more clear. Maybe we have here a doorway, and I will make a little hatching so you can better imagine this space. Because for architects and for interior designers, it's extremely important to understand the space they are working with. And this is the bed. Okay? Now, here we have our bed standing at the 1 meter away from this wall. The bed itself, let's say that the width of it is 2 meters wide, 2 meters long, to make it a little bit easier. So now we want to find this 1 meter, right? So 1 meter away, here it is, so -1, and now we connect A1 and -1. So now we will do kind of a projection of the bed on the floor. Then we have the width of the bed is 2 meters. So here it is from -2 to -3, right? So if we mark it here, so this is 0, this is -1, this is -2, and this is -3, right? So we have from 0 to -1 this space between the bed and the wall. Then bed itself is sits in between -1 and -3. So here we find it from -1 to -3. And now we want to connect A1 and -3. Voila. So the all the rest that we want to do is to show the depth, right, the length of this bed. Let's say that it's again 2 meters. So where we find it? We go here. From 0 to 2, this is the length of the bed. So now we want to connect A2 and 2. Again, we are drawing this line in the air. And this is it. This is the projection of our bed on the wall. So I often get asked, how do you know which point to select? It's very, very simple, you guys. Since we have only 2 vanishing points, you always can check it by using the wall. So let's say that we have this left wall and all the lines which are parallel to it. So if we take a look at our layout, so this line of a headboard and this line, they are parallel to this wall. That's why they will be converging to the same point to which the wall itself is converging to A2, right? So this line and this line are converging here. And let's say that this line, it's parallel to this wall, right? And this wall, it's converging into A1, which means that this line and this line, which are parallel to each other and parallel to this wall, they will be converging to the same A1, right? And now it's very simple. All we want to do is to put vertical lines through the edges and to show the height of the bed. So usually, let's say it's 40 to 50 centimeters high, but here we'll make it simple and we'll take half of a meter, right? 50 centimeters. So we want to split this segment into halves, and again we're using our A2 vanishing point, and we are drawing a line through A2 and 0.5, like that. You see, this line hits these two verticals and it helps us to finish the box of the bed. And that's it. So this is the box of the bed, and these are the very basics. So you can like enliven this by adding maybe a beautiful headboard. You can add a couple of pillows. You can add maybe a blanket or something like that to make it a little bit more lively, right? To enliven your drawing. Okay. You can put some maybe posters or paintings on the wall, but always keep in mind our two vanishing points. So these are the basics of two-point perspective. If you want to go more in depth, you can, for example, read my book on interior design drawing. It's available on Amazon. I share here basics, perspective basics, and I talk a lot about different types of perspectives and sketching techniques. You can see that here step by step I draw an interior in one-point perspective. So if you want to go more in depth into this topic of interior design drawing, you can check this book on Amazon. It's a quick read book. It's like a little table book. You can see that it's pretty thin, so you can go through it in a couple of hours, basically in 2 hours. You can read it, and how to find it, you simply go to my website, schoolofsketching.com, and from there you can easily find this book. So one more time, my website is schoolofsketching.com, or simply you can go to Amazon and put the sketch interior design drawing, and my name is Olga Sorokina. Alright, so now I will turn the comments on.